Hello everybody, my name is Cody and welcome to Clumsy Cast, episode 3. It's been a month and a half since my last one and I apologize, but it's going to be more frequent now that school's about to start up again in exactly a week. And I'm going into 11th grade, in case anyone is curious, junior year of high school. It's going to be fun because this is going to be the first year that I drive my car to school every day, but not only that, I have to drive my little brother as well, because he's going to be a freshman, and he doesn't have his license, obviously, if he's a freshman. But, what's even worse about that is, I literally am just driving him to the high school, dropping him off, and then going back home for a few hours. Because I don't have any morning classes. I have release, because that's just, you know, how they made my schedule in order to fit in all the credits. Apparently I don't need any morning classes to fill in, which is weird because I failed a class in sophomore year, so yeah. But anyway, apparently I have enough credits to have a release in the morning and not have any classes right away until around 9 or 10, I believe. So I'm waking up at 6, driving him there just to come back home for a few hours and go back to start my first class. Which is really stupid because, I mean, it's not like I can go back home and then sleep in for another hour or two. My body doesn't work like that. Once I'm up, I am up. So, I'm just going to have to deal with it that first week or so. He said after a few weeks, if it's really, you know, if it's really that bad, he'll take the bus. But, I mean, I guess I got to deal with it, having a brother and all. And he's not the most supportive. He actually drove with me today. We were getting new shoes for school. I haven't had a new pair of shoes since 8th grade, so I definitely needed some new ones. And he got some too, and he was like a girl trying to find some shoes, but I picked the first pair I saw. It took him a few tries to find some that he liked, and it was funny. We got home after he complained about my terrible driving. Not really, but he did have a few remarks about that, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best driver, but I really don't need him, you know, down my throat, giving me shit about driving. Otherwise, he can walk, I don't care. But yeah, we got back home, and they didn't even really fit him when he tried them on back at home. I mean, he tried them on at the store and thought they were fine, but he got back home and then started to walk around and was like, yeah, these are too small. So, yeah, and they're like $60 shoes, like, and that's on sale too. That's ridiculous. That could be a new release, a new video game, $60. Instead, no. Pair of shoes, on sale. On sale! $60 doesn't sound like a sale to me. And I think the original price was only like $5 more expensive, so. What a sale, huh? Back to school, $5 off. It's already a ripoff as it is. But I digress. I have to drive them, so it is what it is. Something you may have noticed on the screen if you're not just listening to the audio. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, the music you're listening to in the background is from Final Fantasy IX. It's the track Over the Hills. It's what plays during the world map. I haven't played Final Fantasy IX, but listening to this was really calm and soothing, especially on a bad day, and it makes me want to play the game if I get to listen to this on the world map. So that's going to be really cool. Anyway, if you're looking at the video, which is just a still picture, you would see, well, I mean, it's a still picture right now. I could move things around on the fly, but there'd be no point. That would be kind of stupid. There is a user spotlight section, which is basically just going to be, starting effective immediately, a chance for me to plug people's channels on the podcast. And there's 2 exceptions. You can't have more than 5,000 subscribers because at that point, if you're still making content regularly, unlike Willie, and you have 5,000 subscribers, you're only expected to keep going up. And 5,000 is definitely a lot more than 500, which is how much I have. So I don't think you need shouting out if you have 5,000. But I don't think anyone with like more than 1,000 subscribers watches me, so I don't have anything to worry about right now. And the second exception, which is gonna be an obvious one, you have to have videos on your channel, at least like 2 or 3, because I am not shouting out a channel with 1 to none videos on there. There'd be no point. I mean, you could say, oh, I'm going to do something on your channel. Well, I want a little proof. I want at least like 2 videos saying, like, okay, he uploaded these 2, he might upload more, or whatever. So, I'll talk about RadicalRetcon, which is who I am featuring in this episode in a second, but just tell me in the comments if you want me to shout you out, and I will definitely look into that. So that's gonna be a cool new addition. And I'm shouting out anyone, not just Let's Players, which is who this guy is, but if you make music, skits, vlogs, whatever, it could be anything as long as you have content. You could be on the user spotlight as well. So RadicalRetcon is this week's special featured user, I guess. He's a Let's Player. I found him while looking for Jack and Daxter Let's Plays on YouTube, because I was in the works of making my own, and I wanted to check out someone else's. I found his, and what was really interesting about his was it was practically a blind LP for the most part. He has played the game before he did the Let's Play, but it was years, and I mean years, so he was very rusty, and there was a lot of stuff in the game that he forgot, so it was practically new to him, as if it was his first time playing. And I'm not saying he was bad. I mean, there are some rage moments, but it was just really interesting to see someone else really experiencing it again for the first time, and I really like that. So he did Jack and Daxter. He just finished it recently, and I'm still in the middle of watching it. I'm probably gonna finish it after I record this and upload it, but he does new and old games. He's also doing Final Fantasy X, which is awesome. I didn't know that he was doing that game when I first found his channel, but is just an added plus, because if you don't watch my content, well, I don't know why you're here, but if you I don't know why I worded it like that. If you do watch my content, you would know that I have done and am still uploading Final Fantasy X of my own, so just another reason for you to check him out. He does Final Fantasy, well, at least he's doing Final Fantasy X. I don't know if he's going to do other ones, but I'm sure he would definitely consider it. He does like Final Fantasy X from what I can see, and yeah, he's a really cool dude. He has great commentary and great quality videos, so definitely worth checking him out. And another extra added plus, which is kind of cool, he is a drawer, and most of his thumbnails are hand-drawn by him, which is really cool. It's something you usually don't see in thumbnails. Usually it's just some Joe Schmo typing into Google PNG photos and dragging them into Photoshop. But no, he draws a lot of his own stuff, so really cool. RadicalRetcon, check him out. Anyway, the big elephant in the room would be this dude right here, Twitch. Just drag it out here. What a lovely guy Twitch is. Let me tell you about this guy named Twitch. Twitch is a bitch. Want to know why? Well, if you don't already know, they IP banned me. Yeah, sons of bitches. Out of the blue. I didn't get a warning email or anything. Usually at least on YouTube, you would get an email saying, "Oh, we found copyright material on your channel, and we're gonna give you a strike, and we're giving you 2 weeks to, counterclaim it or whatever, or else you're, in some cases, if you have 2 to 3 strikes, your channel will get suspended." But they at least tell you in advance so you could, take your content and put it somewhere else before it gets deleted. Not in Twitch's case. I didn't do anything wrong. They just IP banned me for whatever reason, and I was blindsided, as well as my 250 followers over there. they didn't have a say in it, and neither did I. It just got deleted, and all the content over there as well, which is just fabulous. But not only that, because I was IP banned, I can't create any more accounts, and I can't even as much as watch any streams on there. There is literally no point for me being on Twitch. Anyone who's been IP banned on Twitch, there is no point for you to be on that website if you, one, can't stream yourself, but two, watch other people stream. That's like the main reason to go to Twitch. There's no other reason. You just watch streams, and now I can't. So, thank you, Twitch. It's been a fun 4 years, but I gotta say goodbye. I mean, it's not like I want to, but you kind of kicked me in the ass out the door, and I'm kind of like a kid at his parents' house getting kicked out and being like, "Oh, move out, bitch," and I'm like, "All right, fine." So I'm going over the hitbox, which is better anyway because, well, they actually work most of the time. There's a lot of times where people are streaming League of Legends and your website doesn't even work. But yeah, I'm streaming on Hitbox TV/KodyK, in case you're wondering, because if you didn't know, I was a big Twitch user. I really was. I used it constantly. Most, if not all, the content you see on my YouTube channel was at one point streamed on Twitch. In some cases, even a year ago, in Final Fantasy X's case. So, yeah, I mean, there was benefits of watching me on Twitch. You get to see the content early and uninterrupted, unedited, and it was great, and you could interact with me, but sadly, no more. But on Hitbox, I am starting to stream on there. Not that much, because, I mean, it kind of makes me sad to think that just all the work of 4 years of streaming just went away in seconds. And there's nothing I could do about it, but over time I'll start streaming more and getting an audience over there, and we'll see where things go. But yeah, Hitbox is where it's at now. See you, Twitch. Goodbye. And now we're just left with the Kappa guy. Oh, you. Oh, you. So, I'm done talking about Twitch. I just wanted to get that off my chest. And actually, I have one more bit of news about Twitch. This whole time I was thinking it was Google's fault, but in fact that whole Google buying Twitch for $1 billion thing was a rumor. Because Google didn't buy Twitch, Amazon did. And if you know anything about the internet, you would know that Amazon was looking into having their own video creation website, kind of like YouTube. But they didn't want to compete with YouTube because YouTube's so big. They ended up buying Twitch for $970 million, rounding it to $1 billion. If they have the money to do it, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. And now they own the biggest streaming website on the internet that I can't be a part of. Oh well. But good luck to Amazon over there, and we'll see how that thing turns out. Or I won't, but you guys can. I'm just gonna be in the sidelines, cheering for Hitbox, alone, in the bleachers, with the 2 other people that are on Hitbox. Anyway, I might end it here because I'm getting to the point where I don't really have much else to talk about. I could talk about my schedule for school, as it's probably going to be a big part of next time's podcast, but yeah, I don't know if you guys are interested in my schedule. I don't even have it in front of me right now. I could probably tell you off the top of my head, but yeah, it's kind of weird. They kind of messed up on some things, and it's not quite sure what's going to happen, but I can tell you it's going to be an interesting year, definitely. How long are we going for? 14, 15 minutes? This is on average how long the or at least the first part was. So, next time I might bring Willie in as well. I was planning to this time, but he's in bed right now because he has actually started school already. And we're probably going to talk about school together, and maybe some other stuff. There's some summer stories I could tell you about things that have been happening to me, but, I mean, the biggest thing recently has been Twitch, and I got that off my chest now, so nothing more to talk about there. That is it. Thank you for watching Clumsy Cast. I will see you guys next time. If you want to be part of the user spotlight, let me know. I will check you out, and goodbye for now. Kappa.